Good evening from Hobbs Municipal Ice Center.
I got
in
nothing.
Eau Claire. Zaleski Sports presents boys high school hockey. Tonight we've got the Crosstown Showdown. It's Eau Claire Memorial versus Eau Claire North. The Old Abe's coming with a record of 7-2-0 overall. They are 2-2 in the Big Rivers Conference. Huskies, meanwhile, 4-8-0 overall, 1-3 in the BRC. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Radovich, joined up here in the Mike Sullivan press box at Hobbs Ice Center by Mike Swengler, former Eau Claire Memorial head coach, current Team Wisconsin coach. And Mike, North Memorial, you went through so many of these when you were a coach. What do you try to tell your guys about, hey, let's enjoy the moment, let's enjoy the big crowd and all the attention, but at some point, you can't build this up to be bigger than what it is?
Well, you know, part of it's control of the emotions, but you still want that emotion aspect. The first couple shifts, you want to get your feet moving, obviously get your blood pumping, maybe finish a check, take a check, make yourself involved in the game. And after that, usually things settle down, and each team is trying to produce what they've been practicing and working on for the last 2 months. But, you know, overall, both teams had a fairly successful holiday break with some games, and you know, to start it off the brand new year with a big night with Mike Sullivan, it's going to be an exciting time.
Let's talk about that for a little bit. I mean, you and Sully go back a number of years, as Mike and I do as well. But from your perspective as a coach, what did Sully do to help get high school hockey on the map here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin?
Well, you know, I've shared this story before. Class, I guess, in all class. You listen to games as you travel around the state. Well, it doesn't matter what sport. You hear radio people do their commentary, and they obviously know their own home team. But what I've always said about Mike, he always had rosters set, and how he did it, I have no idea. State tournament, there's a game the next day, and he knew every player on both teams. So when he's doing his broadcast, it was professional-like because he put the time in. And like I said, we've joked how he can remember and how in that quick turnaround sometimes, but he was amazing. And he did a lot for this city. He did a lot for this area in all different sports, at college, obviously, as well as high school. But you know, from a high school perspective, there's not many better than Mike Sullivan. Yeah,
he really set a standard for local broadcasting. I will echo everything you said. So that's one other thing going on tonight here at Hobbs in addition to the game. And we will look to get Mike Sullivan on our webcast when the first period is in the books. Mike, you mentioned Eau Claire Memorial with some nice wins over the holidays. They had those back-to-back one-goal losses in conference, at home to River Falls, on the road in double overtime to Hudson, but they bounced back. They beat Rice Lake 12-0. Follow that up, they beat Nina Hortonville Menasha here at Hobbs, and then went to that Notre Dame tournament and had some impressive wins over Middleton, Verona, as well as Edgewood, which at the time was the #1 ranked team in the state. It seems like the Old Abes are kind of getting their skating legs under them, and they're starting to get more guys involved offensively.
Well, and you look out about a month ago, a lot of guys were in different positions, and they seem like they have set what they're going to go with right now, and that's part of the process. You go through Thanksgiving to try and figure out where you're going to be. Now you're into the December months, and then you get into your Christmas tournament. And for me, when we played in that tournament, it was always a good checklist. Are we where we need to be going forward, or do we need to make more changes or adjust how we're coaching or how we're teaching these kids? And obviously right now they have things figured out and they're on a roll.
Eau Claire North has taken some lumps, especially in conference, but they did have one nice win over the holidays when they beat University School of Milwaukee in overtime. A little bit of a challenge this year for Ryan Parker. He's had some guys out with injury, not a ton of upperclassmen. Logan Hesselman, you kind of know what you're going to get there. Same with Tommy Perkins. Then you look in the back end, they're relying on freshman and sophomore on defense. Cam Mosley, the sophomore, Easton Parker, the freshman.
Well, they're obviously geared towards defense, which is not unlike how Memorial is set up as well. The difference is you have a junior and a senior, but they started out as freshmen as well. So I think Coach Parker, what he is going, he's going in the right way. Like you had mentioned, they had 9 or 10 seniors off their squad last year that aren't back. So they're going to take some lumps, but they have some good quality goaltending, and their back end is only going to get better with time.
Today's pregame show is brought to you by Asher Exteriors. Get Asher's for your free no-obligation estimate at 888-GO-ASHER or visit goasher.com. That is goasher.com. Get off the ladder and get gutter helmet with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today at 888-GO-ASHER. Mike, you talked a moment ago about, what you try to accomplish in those holiday tournaments. Now the calendar turns to January. This is where it starts really getting interesting, especially when it comes to conference play. When you were a coach, what did you try to do to get your guys' mind right coming off that, those holiday tournaments? Then you get a break, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're back in school, you're back on the ice playing some meaningful games.
Well, the good part is getting them back in school so you can get back into a routine, and that's huge for high school age kids, even though they didn't like it, I guarantee you. But to get back in school, get back into a routine, get your regular practice times back in, and that helps, obviously. But the opportunity to have more tape and to be able to go through and play different teams that you haven't played all year, or maybe you see once a year, that's huge too. Big Rivers Conference, I've always said, has great coaches because the game plan trying to stop other teams because you see each other so much, and it's nice to have a little fresh space.
In tonight's game, Eau Claire North is the home team. They'll be in the white jerseys, the white helmets, the Columbia blue numerals and trim, and the black breezers. Eau Claire Memorial in the road purple jerseys, white numerals and lettering, white and black trim, the black helmets, and the black breezers. Mike, give me a key for each team tonight.
Well, you look at the stats. Eau Claire North has been outshot 19-6 in the first period. They obviously can't get behind early against Memorial. Memorial, consequently, they've carried the mail in the first period. So if I'm North, I want to make sure we do everything we can to keep the puck on the outside of the dots, outside of the top of the circles. Goaltender Duss has to do a nice job of smothering pucks and getting face-offs. And on the other side, if you're Eau Claire Memorial, you want to pound pucks to the net. You don't want to fool around with the puck in your own zone. You have veteran, experienced defensemen. They got to make good reads, whether they're carrying the mail or they're making good plays getting out of the zone. You want to spend as little of time in your own zone as possible.
Eau Claire Memorial will go with the senior Brecken Hagen in the nets, 3-1 record, a 1.00 goals against average, .935 save percentage. The familiar tandem of Nick Madsen, the junior, Dylan Byrne, back on the blue line up front for the Old Abes. Blake Oneman. Number 8 is Trevor Kircher. And number 21 is Nolan Menard.
28, I believe.
28. All right, Eric Harnitz. Mike Collins did say he's going to mix a few things up. In nets for the Eau Claire North Huskies, Carter Duss, 2-4 record, 4.67 goals against average and a .86 save percentage. Easton Parker at 1 defense. He is a freshman. Cam Mosler, the other defenseman, he is a sophomore. Up front for the Huskies, Barrick Woolley. He's a sophomore, 2 goals, 1 assist. Also at forward is number 18, Wesley Tillman, the sophomore, 1 goal and 1 assist, along with Aiden Casper. He is a senior. Right now at Hobbs Ice Arena is our national anthem performed by the Eau Claire North High School Pep Band. And before we drop the puck in this game tonight, we will have a ceremony to honor the legendary broadcaster Mike Sullivan. Tonight, the press box here at Hobbs will be officially named for Mike Sullivan. And Mike Schwenger, a great honor for Sully and certainly well-deserved.
Well, and it's been a long time coming, too, obviously. When they redid Hobbs Ice Center how many years ago, that was one of the things that we brought up as coaches, that it'd be awesome for this to have, and it happened.
Turn around.
Bernard is seeking employment to work different jobs, eventually landing at WIAA in Eau Claire. His voice was first echoed here in January 1974, delivering the broadcast of Eau Claire Memorial versus Lacrosse Central from the basketball court. High school basketball and football broadcasts became a staple while serving as a news director and reporter, handling news broadcasts and interviews. On December 26, 1975, he broadcast the first hockey game at the new Hobbs rink between Eau Claire North and Eau Claire Memorial. It was to be the first of many games. Mike's career voice of Chippewa Valley sports encompassed 45 years of broadcasting. High school hockey dominated his favorite experiences with Chippewa Valley schools, going to include Memorial North, Regis, Altoona, Mondovi, Chippewa Falls, and regular visits from Menominee and Rice Lake and Leopold to local schools. When the UW-Eau Claire Blue Gold hockey program began in 1978, in football and basketball, Mike was at the microphone as well. And for hockey, in 1984 and 2013, he was honored to have broadcast 2 national championships for the Blue Gold skaters. In 2019, Mike Kelly hung up his microphone, only to be back to broadcast when North went to the state tournament. He finished a few local broadcasts of hockey he called on, but for all intents and purposes, he reached the end of his career, having been named to the Wisconsin Broadcasting Hall of Fame. With retirement, Mike could enjoy time with his beloved wife Chris and daughter Katie. He still attends high school and Blue Gold hockey games at Hobbs. For tonight, we honor him by dedicating his press box in his name. The assistance of Matt Newkirk and the City of Eau Claire, the Eau Claire Youth Hockey Board, the Eau Claire North Hockey Booster Club, the Eau Claire Memorial Hockey Booster Club, and Pat Bobecki and the Center Ice Cream Foundation has made this evening possible. Ladies and gentlemen, after a short break to give him the mic, you'll hear once again the voice of Chippewa Valley Sports, Mike Sullivan.
Mike is on the way, Mike. It's on its way up.
It's on its way up. I hope it's not as fast.
What are you going to go with?
Bring it up.
7?
Bring it up.
What are you going to go with? Something new? You going to go with something new, or going to go with something new?
It's live. It's live, Mike. It's live. It's good to go.
It's dangerous to put one of these in front of you and try to take a shot. You guys ready to play? I know that you will. I want to thank my cameraman, the lady Ed Paulson, Dave Foster, and Mark Fraley. Mark Fraley, by the way, was the best cameraman I ever had. He was strong, man. He said in 7 seconds when most people couldn't say in 10 minutes. Kevin Christensen. Kevin, I could have a sweaty headset from the goal when they played the game. Handed to him and he would take it, and he was a jerk. Mike Schwender, what can I say? You know, Mike Schwender, I gotta tell this story. It was the worst mistake I ever made. When Ian Barron was coaching the Blue Bills, he said, oh, Mike can talk to you. And I think Mike lived there, right? And I said, no, son, I'm French Canadian. He walked away from me, and I figured, wow, I'm going to have to see him again. I saw Mike Schwender a lot. Dave Sparger, how much time is left in the period, Mr. Sparger? 1 minute left in the second period. My predecessors, Lucas Sayre, Woody Wall, John Hanson, Mitch Moss, who many of you saw in the World Series, Dan Cook, players, you know, so many players, Bill Sleep, I can't name all seasons, Scott Easy, Steve Blanche, Pat McDonald, so many players. Builders, Dick O'Brien, you could not say no to Dick O'Brien. Wally Ackerman, Pat Luther, the parents and family, you know, Memorial is a big family. It's unbelievable family. Lee Marco, Denny Zappa, Kevin and Cindy Dahl, Nate LaPointe, Joe Kohler, Denny Becker, Mark Hendrickson, the photographers and the reporters were great. The friends, Harry Rittel had a lot to do with this. He's got the world's, he's got season tickets to Minnesota Wild. I've got an autograph puck from Matt Boldy for him. That's about all I've got. Check out the website for high school hockey. I've got, it's a new blog that is about a year behind, but it's got Memorial Day, the first 124 score sheets. And I'm happy with Jeff Shepard for continuing that. It is Hockey Night and Hobbs.
Good job, buddy. Still got it. You want to grab the headset?
The words of legendary broadcaster Mike Sullivan. Truly one of a kind, and somebody who has definitely made a mark, not just here in Eau Claire, but around the state and around the region. And Mike Schwengler, my color commentator, said it earlier. It's you know, sometimes, yeah, you live in Eau Claire, you're used to the Eau Claire, you know, media, broadcast, people in town, but it's when you really start appreciating what kind of a local sports market this is, you got to travel around a little bit, and then you really realize, boy, what a gem. And you had somebody like Sully who had plenty of opportunities to go up the ladder and call games at, you know, college level, major league level, but he stayed here, and I think we're all better off because of it.
No question. I think that's why there's a lot of people here tonight to pay tribute.
All right. The puck is dropped, and we are underway. Old Abe's and Huskies. Dylan Byrne with the puck for Memorial. Gains the red line, dumps it in. Huskies going back for it. Mosler and Parker, the two defensemen. They work it to Aiden Casper. He gains the zone, and that one whistled down on the offside. Mike, you talked about those early shifts, moving your feet, maybe, dishing out a check, accepting a check, whatever it is. The teams were out there, they did their warm-up, and then they stood around for a while. I think you have to generate some of your own little energy.
And the bottom line with everything is you control how fast your feet move too, right? And that's half of it. You get hard on a forecheck, full speed, don't coast, get after the puck, try and create a turnover.
Abes have the puck on the far side. It's Karnitz. They move it ahead. Here comes Nick Madsen. Madsen shoots. That one high over the net. Madsen in the corner trying to dig it out. Double team there. Oneman gains control behind the net. Tries to throw it around. Got hung up behind the net. Easton Parker able to clear the zone. Madsen drops it ahead. Karnitz puts it in, and the Abes get some fresh skaters out there. Early stages, first period from Hobbs. Eau Claire North, Eau Claire Memorial. Abes move the puck forward. Here comes Pankratz. Pankratz, the shot, and they score! Gabe Pankratz opens the scoring for the Huskies. For the Old Abes, and Memorial takes a 1-0 lead over the Huskies.
Rewind that back about 10 seconds. There was a bouncing puck. North chipped it in, and it went off a Old Abe defender, and the puck was bouncing. One of the North guys were getting after it. Diggins had the presence of mind to make sure he corralled the puck because he looks like he's playing D tonight. And he made a quick pass up to Pankratz, who just drove wide, got to the top of the circles, threw it low, and 1-0 Eau Claire Memorial.
First shot on goal winds up in the back of the net. Gabe Pankratz. For Pankratz, that's his third goal of the season. Huskies with an opportunity. They throw it out front, and Parker Swentic had a deflection, but it goes wide. Here's Tucker Lossman, moves it out of the zone for the Old Abes. Stang plays it to the near side. Huskies on a bit of a change. We had a few new guys out there. Picked up by Stang. He gains the red line, dumps in. Going back for Memorial is Luke Schemberger. Puts it behind the net. Trevor Kircher. Lead pass, center ice. Here come the Huskies. Here come the Abes. 2-on-2, and a shot from Savaloya whistles wide. Goaltender Duss was down. Huskies pick up the puck and they skate out. There's a check delivered by Nick Madsen there. Puck behind the net. Schemberger picks it up. Plays it to the far side. Pass to the middle of the ice. Tygan Cooner goes off his stick. Back in the north zone. They regroup there with Easton Parker. Knocked free by Madsen. He puts it back in the north end. Cam Mosler picks up there for the Huskies. Mosler getting wide. Puts the shot on. Hagen gives up a bit of a rebound, but it's pushed off to the side. Memorial now. Coonert. Tygan Coonert getting wide. Trying to go to the forehand. It's a save by Duss, and he'll cover up with 14:07 to go in the first period. Memorial on top of North, 1-0.
A nice back and forth action. North had a nice bounce back shift off the goal, got the puck deep, made a nice quick pass out front, good quality shot, rebound opportunity. The Memorial got the puck back, and Madsen throwing his body around a little bit. He's had 3 or 4 big checks so far early in the game.
Face off to the left of goaltender Carter Duss. Poked into the corner by the Abes and Eric Karnitz. Picked up now by the Huskies, and they will look to skate out, flipping it out to center. It's gloved by Byrne. He will go for a skate in his own end. Dylan Byrne with the puck. Abes work it to center ice. Here they come. Kircher, Noah Kircher, the shot kicked out of there by Duss.
Great shot by Kirchner. Threw it on net. Good quality shot, rebound opportunity.
Here Karnitz will play it deep. He'll head off on a change. Mac Diggins forechecking hard. Down low, scooped up by Pankratz, and we get a whistle with 13:25 remaining in the first period. Eau Claire Memorial 1, Eau Claire North 0.
A hand pass. Puck's going to come down in Memorial's own zone.